All right, let's just jump right in, because today we're going to talk about something we all feel, that exhausting uphill battle for our own attention. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to challenge a core belief you have about how to win it.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? The more you clench your jaw, the more you try to force yourself to concentrate, the more your mind just scatters. It's like it rebels. So why does trying so incredibly hard feel like you're setting yourself up to fail?
Well, the answer is simpler, and maybe a little more frustrating than you might think. It's because you're fighting the wrong enemy. The problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough, it's that all your effort is aimed at the wrong target.
And that brings us to Chapter 1. We're going to call this the focus paradox, or the backwards law of effort. It's this fundamental, kind of mind-bending rule about how our brains actually work.
Think about it like trying to hold on to water by squeezing it in your fists. The tighter you squeeze, the quicker it just runs out between your fingers. Focus, it turns out, is a state of relaxation, not a state of tension. By desperately trying to grab it, you're creating the very mental static that pushes it away.
And yep, I can almost hear that little voice in your head right now just screaming, right? It makes sense. We've been told our whole lives that more effort is the answer to everything. But when it comes to focus, it can actually be the problem itself.
So if it's not about a lack of effort, then what is really going on here? To get that, we need to kind of pop the hood and look at our brain's operating system. And we have to talk about one very, very misunderstood little chemical. Okay, so huge misconception alert. We all think of dopamine as the pleasure molecule. It's not. It's really the motivation molecule. It's the little chemical that whispers in your ear, hey, go check that. It might be cool. It's all about the chase, the anticipation, not the actual reward. And this, right here, is the core problem. Our ancient brain wiring is perfectly designed for a world where rewards were scarce and you had to work hard for them. But now it's living in a digital wonderland of infinite, cheap, easy rewards. Every single notification, every like, every swipe down to refresh is a tiny little dopamine hit engineered to keep you seeking and seeking and seeking. Exactly. Your internal monologue just nailed it. Your phone is a slot machine with an endless supply of coins, and it was designed by some of the smartest people on the planet specifically to keep you pulling that lever.
Which leads us straight into Chapter 3, the biggest myth of all. The belief that you can just overpower this whole system with your sheer force of will. Here's the deal with willpower. It's not infinite. Think of it like your phone's battery in the morning. You start at 100%, but every little decision you make all day, don't click that link, don't check that notification, force yourself back to the task, drains that battery, bit by bit. Modern apps are designed to be a constant storm of these little decisions. They are engineered to wear down your battery until you've got nothing left.
I mean, let's be real. You wouldn't try to arm wrestle a giant industrial robot, right? So why are you trying to out-willpower a global network of supercomputers designed to capture your attention? It is not a fair fight. So the only way to win is to stop playing their game and start playing your own.
And that brings us to the good part, the solution. We're not talking about a bigger muscle, we're talking about a smarter system. A really practical, actionable strategy that we're going to call the Digital Sunset Protocol.
See, this isn't about willpower, it's about designing your environment. It's simple. First, you just pick a time, your sunset time. Second, you let your phone be the bad guy. Use its own settings to block all the noisy apps for you. Third, you switch from digital to analog. You just put the screens away. And finally, you calm down that racing mind by jotting down a quick plan for tomorrow. It's a system, not a struggle.
And I know, that little voice is back, and it's skeptical. It's so easy to feel that way, right? We've been trained to believe that any real change has to be this massive, painful, difficult thing. But you know what? The systems that actually work are usually the simplest ones, the ones we can actually stick with.
And this, right here, is the absolute key to everything. The goal is not to become some kind of digital monk with superhuman discipline. The goal is to just gently shape your environment so that being focused is the easy option. You want to make focus the path of least resistance, not a constant battle.
So just think about it for a second. Picture yourself, a year from now. You're more rested, you're more in control of your own mind, you feel more present in your own life. What's the one tiny, simple thing that future you would be so grateful that you started right now?
So please don't try to do everything all at once. Just pick one thing from this. Maybe it's just deciding on your sunset time. That's it. Or maybe it's charging your phone in another room tonight.
The goal isn't perfection, it's just a little bit of momentum. Because winning back your focus doesn't start with some huge promise for tomorrow, it starts with one small intentional choice today.